Welcome to Vikings football with head coach Bruce Barnum. The season is upon us. 2023 as the Vikings get ready to open this week, playing at 15th ranked University of Oregon. The Vikings and the Ducks, you can watch that game on the Pac-12 Network starting at noon this Saturday. Coach, always a lot of excitement when the season starts. You've been out here for almost a month now. Give us a few takeaways from what you've seen from your team in general here.
We're fast, Mike. For FCS football, we're fast. That's what we recruited to, and that's what I'm seeing out here right now. So toughen them up a little bit and be ready to rock and roll. Make sure they're in the right spot. But I like our speed on both sides of the football right now.
All right, as we take a look at the Vikings very quickly, if you look at the offense, a lot of experience returning. Most important, your quarterback, very important position. Dante Sacheret is back. He's got great depth behind him in the backfield. You've got great depth at wide receiver, and you got veterans up front on the offensive line. You have to feel good about the experience you have on offense.
I do. Your quarterback with Dante, you're talking about, that second year, everything slows down, and it did during camp for him. He's playing really well. When he gets on a roll, he's playing really well. We've got some, people around him to help the success. So I like where we're at on that side of the football. Right now, we could go through every position. We have a stable of running backs. We have big ones, little ones. I like our quarterback. Quarterbacks after him. I like us up front. We moved some guys to tight end this year. We got a six-pack over there now, so make sure we have enough of those when we go those heavy formations and our receivers. But you run through it on that side of the ball. When they get rolling, they're fun to watch.
All right, you mentioned receivers. We can talk about those really quickly because we have a key guy back. Of course, Nate Bennett has had 2 great years. He led the team in receiving last year, but we missed a guy last year very much. Darian Chase was injured and out for the year, had a great freshman season for the Vikings 2 years ago. He's a guy that can compete very well against an Oregon Ducks team, and must really help to have him back on the field.
Oh, it helps. He can compete. They can all compete, Mike. He's competed at another level. He's competed at their level when he was at Nebraska. So we're happy to have him. We're happy to have him playing. He got hurt last year before we even started, and he's a guy that makes catches. That he's got a little wow factor in him. He'll catch something. How the hell did he do that? But him and the core we have there, having Nate back, I'm waiting to get Mac back. We get one more back will be perfect.
All right, let's move over to the defense real quickly. And on defense, the Vikings probably, you take a look at the linebacking crew to start. Parker McKenna, Jamison Willingham, those 2 guys are going to make a lot of tackles. I would venture to say they're going to make the most tackles for you this year in this defense. Pretty good crew in the defensive backfield, also led by Tyrese Shakir. The question mark maybe for the defense is up front. You lost a lot of seniors there. How is that group shaped up?
Well, we tried to fix that question mark, Mike. Last spring ball, I think we had 70 linemen out there, and I think we have about 27 or more. So. And there's some good ones. Again, we brought in speed. We brought in some young guys that are fun to watch. I think you'll be seeing on the field on college football Saturday, and and around it, Parker's dynamic. For a Mike linebacker, he's playing fast right now. He's learning how to blitz a little bit and how to get an edge of a guy, and that's fun to see. But we switched it up over there to a different defense, so. I think they're playing well in it. Reese, you saw him out here. He had a pick today against the ones in the red zone. So they're playing. They're coming together. They're coming together on that side because there is some youth that you'll see, like I said, over there. So once we get them all dialed in, we'll be all right.
All right, you mentioned the youth. Of course, we all know that freshman class that your crew recruited this year, extremely highly rated, best in the Big Sky, 3rd best in the nation by one scouting service. That's high praise, and I have seen a lot of those true freshmen getting reps. They don't tend to play their true freshman year, but maybe we're going to see a few of those guys. What do you think?
You might. And on ranking the class, Mike, I've got a guy from Bishop Gorman out here. We always recruit our schools, high schools we went to as coaches, and we missed on a guy. I watched the USC game the other night, and that number 1 was a Bishop Gorman kid that turned a couple kicks. I got on AC for that. because he wasn't even on our board. So other than that, we did really well over there. But on a serious note, when you see that class out here, again, I could run through names, but the class we brought in, they're at every position, it seems, especially on defense. So like I said, we're going to be young over there, but they're rallying to the football, and they're playing as a group right now. So I'm excited to see them on game day.
All right, let's talk about the Oregon Ducks very quickly. When you talk about the Oregon Ducks right now, 2 words, 5 letters, Bo Nix. That's what everybody's talking about. Apparently his picture is all around the country right now as a Heisman Trophy candidate, so that's probably job one, is dealing with him. But how do you prepare for a program as strong as this one, perennial top 20 program?
Great question, Mike. We're going to go down there and play our asses off and see what happens at the end. You talk about speed. I think we have speed. I did say FCS. I don't know if we have speed on the field with Oregon. They're pretty damn fast. But, Bo Nix, that conference, well, it was a conference, is loaded with quarterbacks. We saw the Penix kid last year. I thought he was, as accurate as you can get and big arm. But then I saw Bo Nix in one of their games towards the end of the year, and, he's dynamic. He's fast. Along with everything he does, he's got speed. So we'll go down there. We'll give him a game. I'm not going to count the mighty Vikes out. We still have to play it. So, but it'd be curious. Honestly, they have speed. I think they're the fastest team in what was the Pac-12. I think we're the fastest team, you could say, in our conference. A lot of FCS schools. So see how it matches up.
Okay, you've seen a lot of the Ducks. Obviously, you've seen them in previous seasons. But how do you actually prepare for a game one when you haven't seen all their guys on film doing all the things that they're going to do this year? Must be a real challenge preparing for a game with no previous week's action.
Well, they're more popular than us, so there's spring games all over the TV. We watch that, and I don't know, they don't do anything right there. And met Coach Lanning, their head coach, at a deal this summer, and know a couple guys on staff. My receiver coach knows one of their guys. You talk, you don't get anything out of that, but they're close to what we do, honestly, our offense versus their offense. I'm not saying we do it as good as them or vice versa, but they kind of run our stuff. So that combined with the defense, we have a depth chart that's not secure. So this first game, you do learn some things after the first, few series. I'm not sure what they have at corner. I'm not sure what they have at safety. I know they have a defensive end that, looks like he's in the NFL Hall of Fame right now. I saw a photo of him somewhere. So, but again, it'll be kind of a learn after that first series. See if there's any soft spots we can go after against them offensively. Any ways to get to the court, get the mighty Bo. On defense, so it's kind of a stay tuned. Those are fun games, though. Those are fun games, and it'll change next week once we start getting film. It'll get a little more normal.
All right, you talk about learn. This will be the last question. You play 2 FBS schools to open the season, then you play a lower division school, and then it's 8 straight in the Big Sky. Do you really learn a lot about your team in these games that, I don't want to say they don't matter, but it's the conference that matters the most? Do you learn a lot in these 3 games? Are these the games you figure out who you go to battle with, or how much do you put into what your team does in these non-conference games?
Right now we know who we're going to battle with pretty much. We know the backups, the starters, etc. It's not like college baseball where it's kind of a flip of a coin, but the going down there and the first game. Yes, we're going to learn who we're going with, but I just want to see, honestly, who we are. I think I know who we are, Mike. Like I said before, I know we're fast. I want to see how tough we are. I want to see how we react in adverse situations. That'll tell me how we're going to do in the Big Sky.
All right, there it is, the head coach himself for the first time this season. We'll be back every week this season talking Viking football with some highlights and some information, talking Big Sky, all of those things. So stay tuned with us. Come out to our luncheons on home football weeks on Fridays at Old Spaghetti Factory. We have that for you. You can hear the coach speak then and meet him and talk to him. All those things lie ahead as the 2023 season is about to begin. Once again, the Vikings and the Ducks this Saturday noon in Eugene. You can watch it on the Pac-12 Network. And for all your information on Vikings football, go to govikes.com.